Once upon a time, turbo trainers were only really used for getting some riding in when the weather was bad. Nobody really enjoyed using them. It was just one of those things you put up with until spring arrived and you were able to go out on the road again. Us cyclists already had a reputation for being a bit odd, so anyone who said they enjoyed sweating away in the garage all by themselves were stranger than a box of frogs. But thanks to apps like Zwift and Virtugo, our turbo trainers have taken on a new lease of life. No longer are they the last resort for maintaining fitness, they're now adding a completely different, exciting and new dimension to our training. As much as we disliked using them, turbo trainers were, and indeed still are, essential pieces of kit. They come in a range of different models, but they all do the same basic job, which is hold your bike steady while it applies resistance to your back wheel as you ride. Back in the day, buying one was relatively straightforward, but due to these new apps, it has now become slightly more complicated. One of the first questions you need to ask yourself is, what do you need it for and how often do you think you'll use it? If you just want one for keeping your fitness up over the worst of the winter, then it makes sense to buy a relatively inexpensive one. Today you can pick up a basic magnetic trainer with variable resistance for under £50 or $70, and these will certainly do the job. Okay, they might be a bit noisy and you'll feel like you're riding on, well, a metal roller, but the workout it will give you will be perfectly good. You may also have to invest in a specific trainer tyre to prevent slippage, but after that you'll be good to go. The next step up is a fluid trainer, and to my mind the only real advantage these have over magnetic trainers is that they're slightly quieter. Mind you, most of us will probably be listening to loud motivational music on headphones when using a turbo, and more than likely have a fan going at full tilt. So unless you have some particularly grumpy neighbours that you need to worry about, or a significant other who's trying to catch up with the soaps on TV, you might as well save yourself a few quid, as these can be about a third more expensive. Then we come to direct drive trainers. With these bad boys, you have to remove the rear wheel from your bike and loop the chain over a cassette. Now these can be considerably more expensive, so I personally would only recommend them if you're a serious racer and want to do some structured training. In their favour, they are very quiet and give you a very accurate feeling of riding on the road. But unless you're fairly well off, this might not be the best option if you just want something for a quick 45-minute session once a month or so. But what if you want a turbo trainer specifically for Zwift or Virtugo? No problem. Each of the different trainers come in smart versions, meaning that not only can they measure speed and cadence and send that data to the app, they can also vary the resistance so that when you're climbing in the virtual world, it becomes much harder to pedal in the real one. Having said that, you don't necessarily need a smart trainer to enjoy Zwift. Most of us already have speed, cadence and even power sensors that we use with our cycling computers. And with the addition of a small USB ANT+ dongle, that data can also be sent to the app. The only part of the experience that you'll be missing out on will be the increased resistance, which, if needed, you could always add manually. So if you found this film useful, please like and share, and if you'd like to get the most out of your cycling, please consider subscribing for my regular weekly uploads. Thanks for watching.